It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind?
I'm back.
How has your week been?
How's my week been?
Yeah.
Sensational.
Every day's a blessing.
Every day.
Every day that I wake up, I'm glad I'm still alive.
I get to go to the therapy gym and wait in line to get a tanning bed.
Are you getting a chocolatey hue tan?
Well, you got to keep that glow going no matter where you are.
Yeah, look, your cheeks do look a little more flushed.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats. And do you go and work out every single day now?
No, I mean, I don't go there and workout is a relative term.
You're not.
I lift some things. I open and close some doors. I'm dabbling with a doorknob.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those stretchy workout things disconnect from the door and have them flip it and hit you in the face?
Not yet, but I know it's coming.
It happened to me. That's for sure. Yeah. And do you feel good about your workouts? Are you making progress?
It's so slow.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I know it's improving because I'm just stronger, and that's measurable.
Look at you. We give you a little clap for your progress.
I can almost do that. I can almost participate in that little clap.
Well, see, that's a lot of progress.
And our listener could judge my speech and my language if it's improving or not.
I think you are the best Henry that I ever needed.
Well, you're too kind, Johnny.
This does bring up a situation about viewers. We need to desperately plea for our viewers to watch any video on our channel longer than 3 minutes. A lot. Because YouTube is just going to kick us away to the curb. We will have no improvement if we don't get more views. So, give us some ideas of how to get more viewers. I think it's rude, the ones we've already gotten. Change the hosts. That was their number one suggestion. That's hurtful. It's not called for, and we don't have more interesting topics. This is as interesting as we'll ever be. So
I find it interesting that the second thing to most popular way to increase our viewership was try a white strip.
Just do anything to get the hosts to have any interesting thoughts at all. So no, we don't feel like we can effectively replace the hosts and still be involved with the podcast.
You know, and the number 3 top thing to increase our viewership I found interesting was our viewers wrote, try wearing an ascot.
Whoa.
Have you thought of upgrading your image with an ascot? Accessorize and...
I have not accessorized except to make fun of you. I once wore a scarf, as people will remember, but I have never thought of an ascot. Would that be something we need to do to get more views of our long-form videos?
I was out to lunch with someone who I would call my wife, and she said, "Look at that man over there." And I looked over there and I said, okay, he's got a scarf around his neck. No, in addition to the scarf, he wore under his shirt an ascot. And I said, am I at the age where that becomes attractive to you? To kind of keep the wild hairs that grow off my chest from barging out, you put on an ascot? That's a thing?
I believe we are, Henry. I believe we are. So the person that you would call your wife, her idea was get an ascot so we don't see part of your hideous body. Okay. Well, I will tell you, I have this very faint George Michael beard. Would you like to know why?
Why is it, John?
The person that some people call my wife said, "You look fat and disgusting. Why don't you cover it up with a beard?" So we're getting the same input from the people that are pretending to be our wives.
And you know what? You know what you could accessorize that beard with if you grow it right? The little Colonel Sanders tie.
It's like the Southern gentleman tie.
You watch those commercials now, and Colonel Sanders is this hot, rugged disciplinarian. You watch him, he's, wow, look at Colonel Sanders. I don't remember him.
Colonel Sanders now is this rough, rugged mountaineer guy that's talking all smooth and smoky. It even gets my tiddly-winking when I see that Colonel Sanders now.
I don't remember him looking like that.
No, he did not. Look, Mike Myers painted Colonel Sanders like every day for a year, and that none of them looked like that hunky stud from General Hospital.
It looks that way now. You know, another interesting thing, if you've seen the new Hillary Duff release, which some ear candy for you, it's she's competing, I think, with Sabrina Carpenter's Smell the Glove album.
Hillary is.
You know, the images I saw, and for the ladies, it's interesting to me that the lingerie our grandmothers wore was still as popular today as it was then.
Corset?
The thigh-high hose.
Nice.
It's as if Hillary hopped off the front end of my B-24 and said, hey, hit that ball-bearing plant one more time.
I love it.
Yeah,
all things in the past come back again. They probably never went away.
No, they did.
Did they? Did thigh-high?
Well, thigh-highs never did. They never left.
Yeah.
Yes, would you like some nylon, some stockings or American cigarettes? Stockings?
Oh, do you
and
want
here
to know?
They are.
Do you want to know what all of your references and your German accent did for us in 2025? We got a message from Spotify that said, we are a number one show or number one podcast for 15 different viewers. Do you want to know the second country that's the most popular with our podcast? Of course, USA. The second most popular country is Germany because of you and all of your Deutsche references. Die Kinder schwimmen.
It's because they're all looking for Heinrich Duff, Hillary's brother.
That's who they're Googling?
Yes, and they accidentally get us.
They're searching for Heinrich, and it pops up our dear Henry every time, and we get a bonus kick from Spotify. Yay. Hey, all of Germany, Guten Tag.
Dufte Stimmung. Tolle Musiker.
That's
Knusper Knabbert. I remember all the German I learned in high school.
I remember 3 things, and that's it. But thank goodness I've been using those 3 things because Germany's given us. So for your assignment, Henry, next pod is learn to say, watch our long form videos in German.
You know what I learned? The best word that I learned in a German class in high school is this one, and I use it all the time.
It sounds
You don't
very
remember
German.
that? It was a hamster. Meerschweinchen. They taught us in
Meerschweinchen?
that, yeah, little pig or something like that. Guinea pig.
That's a long
That's a
word.
great word. The
It is a great
German,
word for such a tiny item.
yes.
Did you ever own a guinea pig when you were little?
No, but I had a hamster.
Yeah, I
You want to hear
think,
the hellish story about the hamster?
of course. Are you kidding?
Oh,
People
yeah.
love hamster stories because they're universal in Deutschland.
This is longer than 2 weeks ago, but I don't think I've told this one on the pod yet.
No, you never have. I can verify that for the person that you call the wife.
Yes. So I had a hamster named Homer. Homer would sleep in the corner of his cage. And one night, and I was always trying to keep Homer in his cage. And one night, my boa constrictor got out of his cage and bit Homer, but he couldn't get all the way to Homer because of the cage. So the teeth went into Homer. And I was awakened to some screaming and had to separate the boa from Homer and see if Homer was all right. And I think he got away without too much damage.
Just some flesh hunks, just a flesh wound.
Yes, don't mix reptiles and rodents.
Were
That's the
you,
message here.
Henry, how many snakes did you own?
Well, really just one. And then I would if as a child, I would catch little snakes, and then they would either be escape and be loose in the house, or I'd let them go again.
We had a crayfish in a aquarium and they escaped. We find them all over the house. We find them 2 floors down. Is that weird that a crayfish can live that long? I guess they can, right?
Sure.
They traveled. Like, we didn't have any boa constrictors or cats to clean up our messes, but poor Homer, that was a great name. What prompted you to have the name Homer for your little buddy?
The neighbors had the Homer, and they wanted to get rid of him.
The stinky sawdust.
They said, "Hey, that little kid across the street probably wants Homer."
That little freak that has all the snakes and is constantly looking through our deck for lizards, that freak probably wants this stupid hamster. Hopefully his snake will eat our hamster, Homer.
Yeah, balls and very curious little guy.
That is one of the things that we love about the Heine Man, is that he is beloved by all of God's creatures.
Except my neighbors.
Everyone but the 3 neighbors surrounding Henry's house, they don't love Henry.
Yeah, the little Stella is a bit noisy.
Poor Stella. We love Stella, so that's all that matters, really. And you know what I'm going to say? None of your neighbors are German. There's a thread here. Losers are not German. Danke, Germany.
Johnny, you ever been to Germany?
I have not. My dad served in Germany, so we did have a whole bunch of great heirlooms that we loved. And my dad, he spoke serviceman German, so my sisters spend tons of time in Germany. They love to go into Germany. They speak German fluently. So he inspired us. But I am too chicken that they're going to find me attractive and that they will let their pythons kill me in Europe. I don't know why.
Be a sex slave for that elusive German dungeon porn
That's
that
right.
everybody's
That's
talking about.
that's my fear. Everything from the other side of the ocean is about snakes, snakes being run from Ireland, all of these things. So no, I can't go over there because I'm too afraid of sex slave pythons.
I heard in Germany, I don't know, this is a bad story because somebody will Google it and they'll say, oh no, that's not true. It never happened. But I heard on the radio that a person in Germany put an ad in the paper looking for a partner that he could eat. And they caught him with a person had shown up and they had cut off his arm and they were consuming it.
That is why we love Germany. That's awesome.
Maybe it's not true. I didn't confirm, but it's a good story anyway.
It's a great story. My goodness, that's a great story. So now we're going to get another wave of listeners that say, you guys do not know what you're talking about. You're idiots. But that's a weekly thing. Just in case everybody's wondering, constant flow of viewer mail is, you guys don't ever know what you're talking about. You're idiots. Guilty as charged.
That's why we stay away from the medical advice.
We rarely talk about anything about medical. Oh, now we've gotten to the point in the show where we do need to talk about medical advice. So if you were a parent right now, you're a young parent, would you take all the advice and homeschool your kid and then not let them ever have social media? Would you be brave enough to do that now, Henry?
No, I wouldn't do that at all.
No, well, I wouldn't be able to. There's no way. Everything points to social media being too much of a distraction for our kids to be smart. And I admit, I would not be able to do that, even if I wish I was a strong individual, but I'm not.
I was just too dumb or lazy. And I thought about it, but I didn't. We had no restrictions on social media for our kids.
Neither
They
do we.
could do whatever they want, harass their neighbors, cyberbullying, but they weren't into it. I mean, my kids wanted to do other things more than look at their phones.
Yeah. Yeah. My experience was the only thing my kids did with their phones was play games. They wanted to kill things and hunt zombies and shoot deer. Deer hunter was a big game in our family. Right. So my kids, I had no restrictions because I was a loser, but they still came out okay, probably just by total.
So, I don't know. I'm not going to comment. I would let them, I don't know what. I mean, there are some kids that obviously it's a problem.
And I feel bad. And that's what would inspire me if I had a backbone. If I had a backbone, it would inspire me to wish that I could be that strong and do it, but there's no way. Well, we are at the point where we're going to review some of the latest eye candy. We're going to do The Rip. Have you enjoyed any of the movies that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have starred in and directed and produced through the years?
I have enjoyed many Ben Affleck and Matt Damon films, and what
The big one that got enormous attention was what they won the Oscar for Good Will Hunting, and they were in that. So huge success way, way back. I mean, when they were literally teenagers. And then The Accountant was humongously successful, as well as the Bourne series. And I love all those. I am a full-on Matt and Ben disciple.
Yeah, no.
No, not for you.
I think Matt Damon was in Ford versus Ferrari. Ford versus Ferrari.
He was.
So I would have seen that movie.
It was great, and that was a great movie.
And the feature of that film that many people may have missed was the casual nod to Lance Raventlow,
I definitely missed that.
the developer of the Scarab.
Is that the thing
driven
that's on a
by,
church? That looks down off of a church and scares the demons away? Is that what the...
it's a car. There's built three of them. A 50s racer.
Nice.
You may have missed, well, okay.
I will have to rewatch. I will rewatch Ford.
That is something that only someone like me will notice.
Well, I
Because
love...
it was just not there. I mean, what did you just say? Somebody who wrote the picture decided they needed to do that.
Interesting. Well, I will tell you, get on your Netflix machine and watch The Rip, because Ben and Matt Damon are back, and they are in a twisty-turny cop show that's based on a true story, and it's fantastic. I loved it. We dug every minute of it. Lots of people die. And one great thing I love about movies that are based on a true story, we get to hear about the movie, and then a week later we hear that the movie makers and actors are complete horrible human beings and should be killed because they've ruined the family legacy of whatever movie is being produced based on real people. The kids just have horrific things to talk about the people in the movie. So that's now a tradition for me, is looking for the guaranteed article about how horrible Matt and Ben will be about their true movie. Anyway, I digress. It's a good movie. Go see it. It's on Netflix. It's really, really good. You shouldn't even be watching this podcast. You should be on Netflix.
Well, there is a new season, I believe, of Emily in Paris.
How is it?
Well, it's great because nobody dies.
They don't shoot anybody?
No, they don't. Sometimes there is some fashions to die for, but nobody dies.
I see what you did there. Passions to die for. Devil Wears Prada 2 will be being released when you're talking about fashions to die for. So we will all look forward to the original cast members coming back for the Devil Wears Prada.
The original, really? They're still alive?
Ouch. Meryl Streep.
Like Val Kilmer. They're bringing back and bring her back out of the attic.
She is beloved by all Germans, and now you've really ruined it for us for a whole country, Henry.
Come on, if we're going to have an octogenarian in the movie, why don't we go with Dolly Parton? She can wear the cowboy's outfit.
She's very vivacious.
Cheerleader, and be an evil fashion magnate.
A national treasure. A national treasure. No one in Tennessee is going to like you if you keep bashing Dolly.
Why don't you go camping and do a show live from Dollywood?
Would that help?
God, it's just got to be an hour or two away.
You are a genius. You're a marketing genius. Live clips from Dollywood.
Hit from Dollywood straight over to Graceland.
You have given me an idea. We're going to dig up Elvis and do a live, hey, this is Elvis's vault. We're going to see what's in the vault. In fact, we'll dig up Geraldo Rivera and get him to host it on our channel. Hey, if you haven't seen the new show, well, it's not new, the show called Pluribus by Vince Gillian that's on Apple TV, you should. Were you a big fan of the fantastic, beloved show about blue methamphetamine?
You may recall that Conveyors and Equipment sponsor provided conveyors to Breaking Bad that can be seen where they are dropping the blue meth into the chicken batter. A brief scene, and there are the conveyors sold
You have
by.
loved Breaking.
There were scenes filmed just down the street from our shop in Albuquerque, and all over there. My daughter-in-law lived kitty corner to Pinkman's house, and so they were always shooting there. Big jam, and it was fun for that. It kind of helped give Albuquerque a bad name.
Well,
the 21st most dangerous city in the world.
I would say that it didn't help move it from 10th to 21st. It helped move it up to 20.
Yeah, right.
So tell me, you need to watch Pluribus because it's in Albuquerque again. And that's where Vince Gilligan cannot get out of Albuquerque. Thank goodness, because we love Albuquerque. And everybody's favorite heroine from Better Call Saul is the lead in it. And she's stellar. She's really great. Totally nuanced, back and forth, crazy, manic to sane, and it's a lot of fun. Boy, you've missed out on parts of New Mexico if you haven't been watching Pluribus on Apple TV.
One of my therapist aides is bugging me constantly, saying, "If we watched Pluribus, and
Really?
I think we saw an episode. You know, another great movie that was filmed in Albuquerque?
Pray tell.
Beer Fest.
The Academy Award winning, fantastic.
It was not, hey, another reference. You thought it was filmed in Munich, Germany. Munich for Oktoberfest. But no. It's filmed at the Albuquerque Fairgrounds.
Nice.
Great film.
Nice.
Another one, just to tease. Another one, great film, filmed in Albuquerque. Employee of the Month.
That was a rootin' tootin'
That's
show.
filmed in the Costco that we went to all the time. They built a little apartment and had all the fun, wacky madcap stuff. Employee of the Month.
You have got the Albuquerque minutia down for the pod this week.
Wait.
Henry? Well, don't get me started about Wild Hogs. Wild Hogs, the sophomore ride, coming out in 2028.
What?
I might have made that up, but someone can run with it. I give these ideas out like crazy. One fun thing about our podcast this week is we will have Unky Dave join us for a good 15 minutes, and let's cut to Dave. Welcome, Unky Dave.
Well, thank you so much.
Golf clap.
Oh, man, absolutely. It's better than the clap.
I do not like the clap. Have any of us had an STD? I thankfully have never had to get crabs scraped from any nether regions.
Neither have I. I've used STP motor oil treatment, though.
I'll bet. Have you used
Andy Granatelli?
Granatelli. Nice. So, a little bit into the new year, do you do what everybody does? Gym memberships and then never go after January 7th?
No, I'm still trying to stab all those crabs with an ice pick.
You're still using a windshield scraper to get rid of the mini crabs?
Well,
did you light the other side on fire,
yes.
though? Okay, that's the trick. Get them out of the bush.
Boy, we went fast. We went to crabs, bush, and the backside of
Well, you never let me answer. I mean, you can't throw one out like that and then say, and then just let me not answer. I have to say,
Toss it.
I have never had an STD.
Well,
Let me go on
you
record.
you are a lucky man. I hear that actual songs have been written about STDs, so we're all glad that we have not had it.
Has Taylor Swift written one about it?
Well, probably about her boyfriend's STDs. She's had a few. Ooh, speaking of Taylor Swift, the more famous people we can mention, maybe the more people than one viewer will happen each week. I don't know.
There's a
New Year.
dream.
We can dream. So I did not. A couple of times when I was first married, I signed up for the gym membership and got gung ho, but I did what everybody did. You go twice, and by January, 16th, you just getting charged, and you're too lazy to cancel the $15.
No, I'm a long time now member of the University of Utah Rehab Gym.
Nice.
I'm
See,
there pumping it on the new step.
nice.
Fix these broken wings.
Ooh, now there is a song about that.
Who did it?
Broken wings, learn to fly. So,
But so with your program at the gym, you don't get the clunks that make all the noise with the equipment and watch themselves in the mirror in their Speedos while they're working out and flexing and...
Yeah.
no meatheads. It's mostly people trying to get better.
Yeah. Do something,
Well,
yeah.
I applaud you that you are still actively engaged in improving muscle tone.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a long road.
Golf clap. So, how long do they tell you before you will be doing calisthenics in front of the Olympic judges?
I'm
Is it
afraid my
week or year?
Olympic days are over.
Wow. Mine too. I am not an Olympic quality athlete either, and have never been.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my pants pulled on.
I'm still trying to pull my pants up. That's the big goal this month.
Well, that's good. I'm still trying to get my shoes on the right feet.
Tying the shoes. You better tie your shoes with one hand.
Is it possible, Henry? Is it possible?
Yeah,
Tell me.
yeah. I can do it. I don't like to do it. It takes me a while.
I am like you. I do not like the tying of the shoes, so I am considering getting those old people shoes that they sell.
The Velcro straps?
You just slide on in and Velcro. I need those.
Yeah, they would be nice.
One thing we have been reminiscing over the last 4 weeks. It's the end of the year. Many times they have programs dedicated to reminiscing about the year. And I would like to say that watching a couple of the podcasts and me drinking from a straw, I look like a fat imbecile drinking from a straw. So my New Year's resolution is no more straws, because it was disgusting. I did not like the image of me doing this into a straw. So thank you for no one mentioning it, but it was upsetting. So anyway, it's a new year. Has anyone murdered anyone yet?
Not in our family.
Not yet?
We're good. We're good so far.
As long as we're saying, have we actually done it? I'm safe. Planning it and buying the duct tape and the blue tarp, I have done that.
Or wishing you could.
The deed has not been done. So I'm up to now, will be using this as evidence when everybody in my family is murdered.
Yeah.
They'll say premeditation.
But it was slowed down by not having to see everyone in the family this year at the holidays.
Oh, that's true. Since COVID, now, Henry, you are a social butterfly. So you had tons of people over for Thanksgiving. Since COVID, have you gotten back to pre-COVID big family events?
Yeah. Never slowed down.
Oh, you didn't care about infectious diseases. Who cares?
We're all gonna die.
We're going to die of something.
I mean, well, I don't know. you know. I guess we didn't during COVID, but now we do.
I can tell you, I definitely did not drink the COVID bacteria. I for sure never drank it straight from a beaker.
You never got the disease?
Oh, I got the disease. As far as my work is concerned, I got it about every week because they gave you paid time for COVID. So I was the most COVID-riddled individual on Earth. I had it daily.
Well, now I've heard if you get some of that good Kentucky or West Virginia homemade distilled antigens, and you drank it regularly, you were pretty much immune from anything.
So the distilled vaccine is the best. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yes, yes.
It breaks down its little lipid layer around the virus.
And the brain.
And the brain. I did get it. I did get it a few times, but I have to say I did not suffer like some people, like dead.
Yeah.
I did not suffer in any meaningful well. The only thing I can think of is a couple of people I know have a little persistent cough now. They're like always just doing this, and they attribute it to lung damage in long COVID.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't want that.
Do you know any vaccine deniers who didn't make it?
I don't know a single soul. But then again, I had no friends before. I don't have friends now. Do you know some that were?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. You kind of do this. Score one for the vaccine.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad that they're dead. Well, I'm pretending like I feel bad that they're dead. But they,
I mean, you know, it's.
They thought fake news.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Plus, a lot of people got it and still didn't die, and then the denier died. So that's brutal. Speaking of bacteria, this is the first time I've ever seen this. The safe sitter. When you were taking care of your kids, did you have a problem with them putting their hands in the toilet while they were going to the bathroom when they were little?
If I did, I blocked my memory.
Memory, yeah.
You know,
How about you, Dave?
They weren't as fearful as they should have been, or perhaps are now.
Our boys were fascinated with the toilet growing up. That was like the gathering place. It was where many battles at sea were fought, and there were how many G.I. Joes they could shove in there before it overflowed. Our boys in the toilet, there was some kind of a fascination and entertainment there.
Amen to that. I'm glad I'm not the only one. My kids thought it was their job to artistically measure, Helen Keller-wise, every inch of the toilet in public bathrooms while they were learning to go to the bathroom.
I didn't give them a scrub brush.
So disgusting. They couldn't keep their hands out of the toilet. I guess I was just a terrible father, not letting them know the devil be under that rim, baby. No more suckling at the bowl of temptation. So I did have that problem. My kids handled toilets. So the safe sitter, I guess, is where you can put your spouse while you go to the bathroom, or your kids, so they don't put their hands in the toilet.
Really? Or is that, if that's the thing, to like wipe down the seat before you sit down?
No, the safe sitter has two stewardess straps for the shoulders. You put your kid in there and you lock him down tight so that he can't get any weird poop viruses while you're doing your business.
No,
I guess.
I'm afraid Freud would have a heyday with that, right along with the forced potty training.
And then you get some sort of high altitude drop.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be some drop-ins, but it wasn't by the kid.
Some G-force.
maybe that helps in some way.
What about
That's the first time
flashcard?
I have never seen that, so I am just as surprised. It's the first time I had ever. So there was the baby diapering thing just above it, and then there was the safe sitter for keeping your kids safe while you do your business, which I did not have to use. Thankfully,
Does it have a blindfold?
it had it was no blindfold, but it did have two blaring spotlights and then Metallica blaring in it, so that they got the full torture chamber feeling. They got the World War II, CIA.
So you scared the little out of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think that's safe sitter. Has anyone been tortured in this podcast? I don't think. No. The viewers have been tortured. Chris has been tortured by having to listen to us all this.
Blab on and tell the stories again and again and again. I'm getting that. Yeah, you've talked about that before. Really?
Chris is your best fan and your worst fan all bundled into one, which is very entertaining for me.
So my New Year's resolution is to not talk on the pod about anything that happened longer than 2 weeks ago.
No.
That's an impossibility. That's our entire pod script is meandering about nostalgia.
Back into the olden days. Well, I'm turning over a new leaf.
Okay. Well, that's it.
Wow.
That's it. We're all going to have to do this. So now the podcast is going to be 7 minutes long. See you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heine and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's ConveyeEquuip.com.